Hi, everyone, and welcome to today's lesson. Today's lesson is Lesson B in Ventures 4, and we're going to be talking about the clauses although and even though. So let's take a look. This is very useful grammar. Here we go. So we will watch the video in a moment, but let me just explain briefly. Clauses of concession. A clause means part of a sentence with a subject and a verb. Okay, so something like on the table is not a clause, but I ate lunch is a clause. So anytime you see clause, it's a subject and a verb together. Concession, I will try and explain that. There's a good explanation right here. So we're focusing on although and even though, which mean the same thing. So let's read this for a second. We use although or even though to connect two clauses or two short sentences that show a contrast. And by contrast, it means either something positive, then something negative, or something like that, a change, okay? The information in one clause is surprising or unexpected because of the information in the other clause. Although goes with the information that is known or not surprising. Okay, so let's look at this explanation and then I will give you some more examples to help you understand when we use it.
Unit 6, Lesson B.
Clauses of concession.
Although clauses. Watch and listen. Use although to connect two clauses that show a contrast. The information in one clause is surprising or unexpected because of the information in the other clause. Although goes with the information that is known or not surprising.
This is important to remember. We use although with the part we already understand. Okay, let's look at that in these examples.
Known information.
It takes 30 hours to drive from Denver to Los Angeles.
Unexpected information. William refuses to fly. Examples.
Although it takes 30 hours to drive from Denver to Los Angeles, William refuses to fly.
Okay, what? So why is this unexpected? Why are we using although? We know that it takes 30 hours to drive from Denver to Los Angeles, okay? And if I tell you it takes 30 hours to drive from Denver to Los Angeles, and I say William needs to go to Los Angeles, you would assume or think that he would fly because driving is too long, right? So the surprise is he's not going to fly, right? So we use although in this part that is not surprising, okay? It takes 30 hours. That's how long it takes. So although it takes 30 hours to drive, William refuses to fly, which means he's going to drive anyway. That's the surprise. Right here, the second part.
William refuses to fly, although it takes 30 hours to drive from Denver to Los Angeles.
These two mean exactly the same thing. We've seen this before. The only difference is the first part and the second part are switched. So we have although it takes 30 hours, he refuses to fly, and then he refuses to fly, although it takes 30 hours. There's no difference in meaning. The difference is the comma. Remember, if this dependent clause comes first, you need the comma, just like if. If it rains, comma, I will bring an umbrella. I will bring an umbrella if it rains. If you have it on the second part, there's no comma between them. So pay attention to this when we look at the other examples.
Known information.
Jake sets his alarm clock every day.
Unexpected information.
Jake often wakes up late and misses his bus.
Examples.
Although Jake sets his alarm clock every day, he often wakes up late and misses his bus.
Jake often wakes up late and misses his bus, although he sets his alarm clock every day.
Okay, why are we using although? Although he sets his alarm clock every day. If you set your alarm clock every day, I would think that you wake up on time, right? But he doesn't, right? He wakes up late and misses his bus. So there's the change, the surprise. You say, what? Really? He's always late? And you say, yes. Although he sets his alarm clock every day, he wakes up late and misses his bus. That's the surprise.
Known information.
Address stampers are not electronic.
Unexpected information.
Mrs. Rosen's favorite time-saving device is her address stamper.
Examples.
Although address stampers are not electronic, Mrs. Rosen's favorite time-saving device is her address stamper.
Mrs. Rosen's favorite time-saving device is her address stamper, although address stampers are not electronic.
Okay, why are we using although? If we're talking about time-saving devices, we think of something electronic, your cell phone or a new device. And it's surprising that her favorite time-saving device is not electronic. That's why we use although.
Known information.
I have an excellent computer.
Unexpected information.
I still write letters by hand.
Examples.
Although I have a computer, I still write letters by hand.
I still write letters by hand, although I have a computer.
Is this true for you? It's true for me. Although I have a laptop and a nice computer, I like to write letters by hand.
Check your understanding. Look at the two sentences. Which one is surprising or unexpected?
What do you think? It takes 30 hours to drive. Is that unexpected? No, it's fact. William refuses to fly. That's surprising. So we're going to say although with the not surprising one, right? Although it takes 30 hours to drive, comma, William refuses to fly.
Sentence 1 contains surprising, unexpected information. Sentence 2 contains information that is generally known. Now use although to combine the two sentences.
Although it takes 30 hours to drive, comma,
Listen.
William refuses to fly.
William refuses to fly, although it takes 30 hours to drive from Denver to Los Angeles.
Or,
Although it takes 30 hours to drive from Denver to Los Angeles, William refuses to fly.
Okay,
look at the two sentences. Which one is surprising or unexpected?
which one's surprising?
Now use although to combine the two sentences.
Although Jake sets his alarm
Listen.
clock, he wakes up late.
Although Jake sets his alarm clock every day, he often wakes up late and misses his bus.
Or,
Jake often wakes up late and misses his bus, although he sets his alarm clock every day.
Remember, these are the same for meaning. There's no difference. The difference is with the form. When you start with although, you need this comma right here. If you start with the surprising statement, you do not need a comma before or after although, okay? It's a small detail, but it's important.
look at the two sentences. Which one is surprising or unexpected?
What's surprising?
Now use although to combine the two sentences.
Although address stampers aren't electronic,
Listen.
Mrs. Rosen's favorite
Although
devices.
address stampers are not electronic, Mrs. Rosen's favorite time-saving device is her address stamper.
Or
Mrs. Rosen's favorite time-saving device is her address stamper, although address stampers are not electronic.
look at the two sentences. Which one is surprising or unexpected?
This one?
Now use although to combine the two sentences.
That's wrong. There's a mistake in this video, okay? This is the surprising sentence. This is not surprising. So we're going to say, although I have an excellent computer, I still write letters by hand. That's a mistake in the
Listen.
video.
I still write letters by hand, although I have a computer.
Or
Although I have a computer, I still write letters by hand.
let's review. Known information.
Okay, I'm going to do this with you here. We can see it better. And I don't want them to make another mistake. Here we go. I hope you can see this well. There we go. So known information or not surprising information, right? It takes 30 hours. The unexpected thing or the change or surprise is William refuses to fly. Don't forget we use although or even though, same meaning with this part. So although it takes 30 hours, William refuses to fly. Although he sets his alarm clock, he wakes up late. So let's think of a couple examples. We live in New Mexico, right? So we could say, if I say we live in New Mexico, that is not surprising. You live in New Mexico, I live in New Mexico. So someone could say, although I live in New Mexico, I hate green chilies. And you say, what? How is that possible? You live in New Mexico. It's surprising, right? So what's another example? Although everyone drinks coffee in the morning, I don't drink coffee. You say, really? That's surprising. Something like that, okay? So remember, put the although with the sentence that is not so surprising. Okay, we're going to look at some examples here, and I want you to take out your notebook, take out a piece of paper. I don't need to practice these, you do. So please take out your notebook or piece of paper and write 1 through 9 here. We are going to look at these sentences. Here we go. And it says, which sentence is surprising or unexpected? So circle the part that is the surprising part. And that's the part that does not have although in it, okay? Then combine the sentences. Use although in front of the sentence that is not surprising. That's important right here. Use although in front of the sentence that is not surprising or unexpected. Sorry, that's bad. Not. There we go. Okay. So let's look at number 1. Mrs. Sanchez can't operate her digital camera. She reads the directions many times. So what's the surprising part? I think it's surprising if she can't operate it, right? Because you read the directions many times. Everyone reads directions when you get something. So you can say, Mrs. Sanchez can't operate her digital camera, although she read the directions many times. Okay, so reading the directions is normal, and the surprise is she can't operate it. All right, let's try number 2. Mrs. White's car has a GPS system. She gets lost all the time. So most cars or phones have a GPS. That's not surprising. Getting lost is surprising, right? So this is the surprising part. So this sentence we use although with, okay? So let me, I'm gonna highlight this too. Either you have a circle or it's although, and this is not surprising. Although Mrs. White's car has a GPS system, that's not surprising, okay? Let's try number 3. I'll get you started and then stop the video and finish, okay? Mr. Green doesn't use his microwave. He paid a lot of money for it. So what's the part that's not surprising? I think you pay a lot of money for a microwave, right? You want a good one. What's surprising, I think, is that he doesn't use it. He paid for it. Here we go. He paid for it, but he doesn't use it, which is surprising. So number 3 would be, let's see. Oh, hold on. I can't show you all the answers. Number 3 would be, although he paid a lot of money for it, comma, Mr. Green doesn't use his microwave. Or Mr. Green doesn't use his microwave, although he paid a lot of money for it. Okay, so try 3 through 9 by yourself. I will show you the answers in a minute. Circle the sentence that is surprising. That's the part you don't use although with. Then use although in front of the sentence that's not surprising, okay? In addition to although, you can also use even though, 2 words, same meaning, okay? So go ahead and stop the video, and then press play when you are finished. I'll show you the answers shortly. Are you finished? Let's check the answers. Let's see if I can make these bigger. Oh, come on. Sometimes I don't like, here we go. Even though this program is great, I don't like it sometimes because I can't move this. Let me try again. I'm just trying to make it larger. Nope, I can't make it larger. Here's another example. Even though I'm not very old, I need my glasses. Okay, let's do this. Number 3, the microwave. Number 3, Mr. Green doesn't use his microwave. He paid a lot of money for it. Mr. Green doesn't use his microwave, although he paid a lot of money for it. I can't make this bigger either. I'm sorry. I hope you can see it. Okay, number 4, let's read the answer. Although email is fast, Mr. Chung doesn't like to use it. Okay, so what is surprising? This part is surprising. Everyone knows email is fast, but it's surprising he doesn't like to use it. So what we say is, although email is fast, Mr. Chung doesn't like to use it. Okay, number 5, I prefer to read paperback and hardcover books. Ebooks are very popular. This is surprising. Oh, goodness. What happened? I'm having technical difficulties. Although this is a wonderful program, I do have trouble with it sometimes. Okay, I was trying to circle this part. I can't circle very well. This is terrible. Okay, this is surprising. So let's try number 5. Although ebooks are very popular, I prefer to read paperback. Okay, it's surprising. Most people like ebooks. Number 6, let's see if I can move this without messing it up. Okay, Mrs. K had urgent business 1,000 miles away. She refused to travel by plane. What? This is surprising, right? Like our other example. So, although Mrs. K had urgent business in another state 1,000 miles away, she refused to travel by plane. That's surprising. Number 7, I prefer to use a fan when it's hot and my house has air conditioning. What? This is surprising. Oh my goodness. I think I'm going to stop trying to circle the surprising parts. Let me try this one. No, I don't want to mess it up. Okay, I'll read the examples for you. Okay, so it's surprising if you use a fan, okay, if you have air conditioning. So let's see. Although my house has central air conditioning, I prefer to use a fan when it's hot. Okay, and the last one. Nope, not the last one. Ben never sets his alarm clock. He still gets to work on time. What? Although Ben never sets his alarm clock, he still gets to work on time. That's crazy. How does he get to work on time if he doesn't set his alarm clock? That's surprising. This part should be circled. And number 9. I play my CDs on my CD player at home. All my music is available online. So although all my music is available online, I play my CDs on my CD player at home. Yes, that's surprising because it's old. So just now, although all of my music is on my phone, I listened to a record on the record player, which is surprising because it's so old, right? Okay, so two things. It doesn't matter which order you say these in, okay? So right here, you can have number one like this or switched. Although she read the directions many times, Mrs. Sanchez can't operate her camera, right? These can switch, just be careful of the comma. The other thing, every place you have although, you can also use even though, same meaning. In English, if we have one word that means something, we like to have another choice, okay? So although and even though mean the same thing, and you can use them interchangeably. So instead of saying, although I have all my music on my phone, I can say, even though I have all my music on my phone, I listen to records on the record player, okay? All right, so this activity here, I have for you, actually this whole page, I have for you in a Google form. Let me just find it right here. Let me pause for a moment, okay? Great. So right here, Ventures 3, Unit 6, Lesson B. This is page 73. I'd like you to do the whole page for me. Here, make 10 sentences with when and different verbs. Did I get the wrong one? I did. I'm sorry. Although it's the weekend, I'm tired. So that was for high intermediate. Let me show you yours. Here we go. Just erase that part there. Okay. So this right here with the computer and the paper, this is all about Mr. Chung. I would like you to, I put this in the Google picture for you. Make sentences about Mr. Chung. Use although or even though, okay? So it says to use some of these verbs here. You can mix them up. It doesn't matter which one you use, but look at picture number 1. Dear Ken on a laptop or paper. And we know Mr. Chung likes to do things old-fashioned. So here you can say, even though Mr. Chung has a computer, comma, he prefers to write letters by hand, okay? Number 2, this could be a couple things. This could be listening to music online or playing CDs, right? Or listening to a radio station online, something like that. Washing dishes, right? Cleaning, getting information, talking on the phone, or communicating with people. So here in the Google form, I've just given you, since there's 6 pictures, I've given you 6 sentences, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And it just says, tell me the sentence. So like number 1, use the verb to write. You would say this, although Mr. Chung has a computer, he prefers to write letters by hand. I don't care about the order, and you can use although or even though, okay? So 1 through 6 is these pictures, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So practice writing. At the bottom, I've asked you to answer 4 questions. This is to help me see if you understand how to use even though and although. So for example, they're all the same. Finish the sentence any way that makes sense to you. So lots of different answers. Even though I had a street map, what happened? Something surprising. How about number 8? John didn't pass the test, although something happened. Number 9, even though my grandfather is very old, what? Tell me something surprising about your grandfather. And number 10, although I wasn't very hungry, what did you do? Okay, so these 4, you can answer any way you want, and it's just to help me understand if you understand how to say although. So, although our lesson is done for the day, please contact me if you have questions, because I don't expect you to understand everything right away. So by doing the homework and having me check it, I can see if you understand, okay? Thank you. Sorry for a few little mistakes. Let me think of a good example. Although I slept well last night, I am tired today. So that's why I made a few mistakes. Anyway, have a great day. And as always, email me if you have any questions. Thanks, everyone.